Brian Grazer asked me if I felt like it was time to remake Robin Hood. I said, yeah, I think it is actually, and I'm excited by the idea and talked to Ridley about it, and he was too. But Brian gave us, just a free rein. It's like, well, you guys work out, and in Universal, the studio was the same way. You guys work out how you want to tell it. We don't want to put any absolutes in front of you. You have to address these cliches or whatever. Just blow it all up and start again if you want. And we said, thank you very much. That's what we'll do.
But and I thought that the idea and opportunity of doing Robin Hood was because I believe he existed. I definitely believe he existed. I believe he was a real historical character, and that had just never been pinpointed either to his century, but he was there enough, stays in there enough in our imagination, and was written about so many times that I think he definitely existed, and therefore he justified having a real and kind of a truthful attempt at who he might have been and how he came about.
Everything was just so hyper real, and every little detail, and the people that he hires for the costumes, Janty Yates, and for the set design. I mean, it's just incredible, the level of research and information they have to recreate this time period. And Ridley does that, and then within that he creates this really lively story.
Give him, we'll come out, and then as you retract, zoom in a bit, so keep him like this, back to head. The through line on the how are we going to feed Marian into this? Where's the love story going to begin? Because Marian was always perceived and done as a bit of a cliche, and I wanted to give Marian a really strong position, a strong platform to be coming from.
Just stand where you can see you. We'd started writing a particular style of Marian, and then we had the conversation, Ridley and I, was like, okay, well, we're writing this girl that can do all this stuff. Who's going to do it? And you sort of start going through the A-list names, and it's like, well, that's not believable, that's not believable, that's not unbelievable, And tell you the truth, we didn't know who was going to do it,
We talked about it, and I thought that she might not want to do it, because she doesn't tend to do these things. She tends to do like real period films like Elizabeth and things like that. And I thought she may not want to go along with the fun of it. And then so Russell asked her, and she said yes. And I went, wow, we're on. Okay, relax.
Some actors get worried by Ridley because they don't, they're used to a certain methodology, wide shot, mid shot, close up, turn around. But he doesn't work that way, He understands the sparks that fly between actors in a scene, and he wants that. He doesn't want to just shoot you and maybe miss out on what the other person's doing. So he tries to discover the matrix that a particular scene needs, so everybody's playing all the time. And that can be a little daunting for some people, and I had the conversations directly with both Max and William, where I realised that they hadn't yet worked out what cover it, I'm like, William, he had 5 cameras running. He changes lens every take. He changes the movement of cameras every take. Believe me, man, you're on close-up, right? And that particular moment in the movie, he's like,
I declare him from this day forth to be an outlaw!
I had to just kind of stuff it down because it would be so overwhelming if I really stopped to just kind of take it all in. So there would be little moments when flashes would happen when I'd be like, oh my God, like William Hurt and Russell Crowe. There's like 100 knights back there, and I'm in chainmail, and there was little moments like that where it would just kind of sink in for a second, but then I have to kind of just put it down and be like, I got a job to do.
Sir, go ahead.
It was completely ridiculous. It was like, imagine you and, 3 of your best friends going off and doing a Ridley Scott film. It was just, that's basically what happened. And, we would work on set all day and laugh and sing and kill French Normans, and then at night we would go to bars and have a couple drinks, and then we would sing to the patrons until they kicked us out. It was all good. It was goodness.
I mean, I play in a band for a living, and doing this movie wasn't at all that different from being in a band for a living, because you had your guys, you know, your crew, as it were, and we had a great time. You know, we knew each other beforehand and stuff. And
it's up there on the screen. I mean, I think so. You get 3 guys that know each other, 4 guys that know each other, and have a great time and are comfortable with each other. It's going to be up there. So. Yeah!
we had a fantasy little boy camp, pretty much. We were like little boys learning how to shoot bows and arrows, riding horses. We were, you know, I learned how to wield my massive, incredible staff, and we had an absolute.
When you do a movie with Russell, I mean, you have all the stories. When he did Quick and the Dead, he became the quickest draw on that movie. Yeah. You know, he masters whatever he decides he's going to do. Yeah. So you have to, you know, you gotta raise your own. But again, the script was constantly changing. Yeah. So Russell would come up to Alan and go, "You got 5 minutes to write a song about this." And this is how amazing this man is. And he did it. And here it goes a little something like this.
Yeah,
where we go?
We needed something for the boys to sing on the boat. So and it's roll me bully boys, we're in a hurry boys, we've got a long way to go. And we'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to France, and it's roll me bully boys, roll.
So I had to temper a little bit of the violence to get past it was a bit of a struggle, but we managed to get back. There's not a lot of blood in this, actually. Well, you think there might be, but there's not.
You know, and that was the conversation we had. It's like, look, man, we can go sort of, you know, all out with this and sever the heads, and, you know, like we did in Gladiator. But really, I mean, we need to make this for, you know, so kids of a certain age can see it.
And you get to see.
There's a tremendous amount of epic action, and you know, but at the end of the film, the first, and I'm not embarrassed to say it, I'm man enough to say it. At the end of the film, I was so moved by the piece as well that you know, there was a bunch of sniffles in the theater when we shot.
I did. I absolutely teared up, and it's a beautiful movie to watch too. Cinematography's gorgeous. Ridley Scott knows how to direct a movie. I mean, it's just undeniable.